On this trip around the county, we explore a local cafe who houses some special visitors, cats, and a musical group who has made their way to national championship. All of this and more on this trip around the county.
Welcome to Around the County. I'm Alexis Klein.
And I'm Mason Mundy. On the Around the County, we take you to places you may have never been and introduce you to people you may not know. Local humane societies are reaching their limit on how many furry creatures they can take care of. Every day, animals are being relocated or even put down because they cannot find loving owners. Producers Lauren McGavick and Kate Hall traveled to the Smitten Kitten Cafe, where a local business owner is giving these four-legged creatures another opportunity to find a forever home.
Super cuddly, and they fit perfectly into your lap. And now, they're new citizens of Fishers that you can go meet. You might have heard of cat cafes in Japan, but now there's one right next door in Fishers. It's a Smitten Kitten Cafe. It's a coffee lounge, but the lounge is different. You can meet and adopt the cats who live there. The cafe is centered around finding the cats permanent homes, but it started with a very specific idea: finding a comfortable space for the son of the owner, Holly Moss.
We wanted to do something. My son, who is autistic, didn't really want to go out and do anything, and kind of lived his whole life for COVID and not having to go do anything or learn anything. Ultimately, came up with something a little more closer to what we both like, which is cats, and something local that would help out the community. The Humane Society reached out to us because they had another person that's looking to open up a cat cafe in Carmel. And after we kind of approached them about this, they said maybe you guys could all get together. Ended up that not working out, but then we were still able to partner with the Humane Society for them to give us the cats.
The cafe has been open for a little over 2 months now, and Moss is very excited about the success they have had.
The fact that we've had 38 adoptions and we've only been open a month is pretty exciting. So I hope we can continue to get more cats in and just kind of move them. We kind of joke we don't want to get to know any of them. We just want to have them here for a few days, and then hopefully they get adopted by somebody.
Along with finding a location, Moss didn't know how to efficiently start the coffee side of the cafe. Fortunately, the other local business, Noble Coffee and Tea, was glad to help.
Cat side seemed to kind of fall into place, and depending on having a good partner with Humane Society helps. But the cats, the coffee side, I ended up luckily falling into a partnership with Noble Coffee and Tea in Noblesville. Once they helped us, they trained my people and everything. So if I hadn't had their partnership, it probably would not have opened when it did.
Moss is glad that the cafe is something young kids enjoy, and that it's a fun environment they'd want to work in. Mia Traxel is a current junior at NHS. She's visited the cafe, and she loves their food and coffee.
The food was really good, the whole vibe of the place was good. So my friends are like, okay, let's go check it out. So we did.
We have a lot of younger people that are working because it's kind of like that type of work, the barista work, and they all really enjoy the cats and enjoy the people, and they really enjoy making the coffee from scratch.
All the cats are very playful and they love the people who visit. Plus, all of the kitties are adoptable. Even if you don't take a cat home with you, you can still help them by purchasing food or coffee from the cafe.
We played with they had the little worm on the string things, and so me and my friends, we all grabbed one of those and we just all picked a cat to play with. But if you like coffee and you like animals, I would definitely check it out. Go with your friends.
The mornings are always a little bit tricky because they are up all night playing and making a mess, and who knows what we're gonna find when we get in the mornings. So the biggest thing is you just don't know what you're gonna see come morning time after they've been roaming around. But it's kind of fun to watch the video at night and stuff.
Moss's motive for the cafe is to benefit the cats and her son, but she's especially glad the cafe is as popular and successful as it's become.
Benefit cats and get them homes, and benefit my son who's autistic. He's in.
Stick around after school on almost any given day in the winter, and you'll hear them banging away in the gym or the cafeteria. The Winter Percussion Ensemble at NHS is always at work, but what students may not realize is how successful this group has been recently. Producers Lucas Zimmer and Andy Zelaya uncover the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to be a national title holder.
It's loud. It's fast-paced. And it can be seen on the gym floor practically every weekend. It's the NHS Winter Percussion Ensemble, a competitive marching activity. And this year's Marching Millers team picked up a handful of titles at competitions throughout the season, including a championship in this classic Class A at this year's WGI National Finals. Eva Diakonoff and Cole Bailey are part of the marching band's winter percussion section. They've both been in the drum line for a couple of years, and they said the activity has impacted their lives.
My freshman year, I just decided to join. I wasn't even in like marching band or concert band. I just did it. I feel like that was kind of a bold move, but here I am.
High schoolers, when I was in middle school, came to my middle school and started talking to us about it. And some of my brother's friends were in it, so they kind of got me into it.
This year, the percussion section show theme is Unraveled. It involves raising the dead and explores the concept of humanizing mummies. Teacher Cal Lennon is the drumline's instructor, and he says the activity is complex, but it builds community and the self-discipline of the members.
Our show this year was kind of based off of a rock band called Here Come the Mummies. They essentially took what you'd think as mummies being a very inaccessible, tight, kind of a scary being, and we kind of attempted to unravel that, if you will. Our show is entitled Unraveled, and just kind of take you on a different journey of the afterlife and how they actually spend their time.
It's about like unraveling a mummy and how people view mummies as like scary and like, oh, they're dead, they're scary, but no, they were people too, and they have a soul.
Bailey and Diakonoff say the drumline has helped gain friends, but it's also given them confidence in themselves and leadership skills. And more than anything, it has given them an amazing experience.
Drumline, it's given me some of my bestest friends, and it's given me like a support circle of people that I can be myself around and just hang out with and spend time with.
I think it's just made me more confident in what I'm doing, and I don't know, I can just do things just like, I'll just go for it, because I can help people with things that I already know that they might not be as great at.
We spend so much time together. You basically bicker like family, but you love one another in the same regard. So yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity to get to know other students kind of going through the same schooling you are, obviously the same music program, but yeah, it's a great way to connect. We like to think we're pretty tight-knit in the percussion family.
Members say marching percussion provides a range of positive benefits. It requires preparation and planning, especially for this year's performance. And the Marching Millers show this year requires a strong sense of rhythm and good timing. Otherwise, it all falls apart.
I feel like I'm more disciplined and I can manage my time way more because just having a super busy schedule with it has just forced me to do that.
Our eventual goal is every single time that we're doing what we call a repetition, or anytime we're working on a certain portion of our show, to do it the exact same way every single time and to have that self-discipline. So we try to build discipline and consistency as much as possible. Just teach them that, there's never to do anything halfway. Every time you get a chance to have a day or have a repetition, it all matters the same, and to stay dialed in.
Marching percussion performers say the activity is an amazing experience. It helps students learn valuable life skills like time management, communication, and discipline. The activity also helps students become a part of a community where they can thrive. And at the very least, it gives students an experience they won't soon forget.
I think that it'll make me continue to be confident, and I'll continue to be a leader.
From Noblesville, Indiana, Noblesville High School.
The That's all for this episode of Around the County. I'm Alexis Glenn.
And I'm Mason Mundy. Join us next time for another trip
Around the County.